Good morning. I had some technical problems yesterday with the remaining part of my math lesson. So this morning what we're going to do is we're going to finish yesterday's math, which was lesson 7.1. So what I want to do is start from where we were yesterday. Okay. So once again, all right, let's see if this will work here. Okay. See. All right, here we go. So here I have a whole bunch of coins, and yesterday what we taught you to do was we taught you how to sort them. So we sorted the pennies worth 1 cent, we sorted the dimes worth 10 cents, and then we had the nickels that were worth 5 cents. So after sorting them, and we talked about how it takes 5 pennies to equal 1 nickel, and we also talked about how it takes 10 pennies to equal this dime. We also talked about how it takes 2 nickels, 5 cents each, to equal 1 dime. We also talked about the size of our coin, and that the size of the coin does not necessarily mean that it's worth more. For example, of all the 3 types of coins on here, it's my smallest coin that is worth the most. Right? We also talked about how our pennies are a different color than our other coins. All right, today what I want to do is just kind of review real quick about if you needed to draw out coins, how would that look? Now, looking at the size, I would make my smallest circle my dimes. So whenever I'm counting out money, so let's say, we'll put this off again. I have 1 dime, 1 nickel, and 2 pennies. And I want to find out how much that is. So maybe I need to write it out on my paper. So I'm going to start off with my smallest circle here. And I want to say, okay, this is worth 10 cents. Okay. Let me know if you can't see the pen very well. My markers aren't working the greatest this morning. Okay, here's a nickel. We said the nickel is out of the 3 coins right now is larger than the dime and the penny. So I'm going to make this circle a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to write that this is worth 5 cents. Okay. Penny is our middle-sized coin that we're using today. So I need to make my penny size larger than my dime, smaller than my nickel. So I could probably go around it this way if I needed to. All right, no laughing now. That is not good. Okay, I'm just going to freehand. Okay, so there it is. It's smaller than my nickel, obviously larger than my dime, and it is worth 1 cent. Okay? And then I have another penny, so I'm going to try to make that circle about the same size. Okay? So if I had to draw my coins, this is how I would try to draw them. Okay? Now, on your math paper, you're going to see it said the direction for our share and show for number 1 and number 2 says count on to find the total value. So they don't want you writing it out necessarily like this. They already have your coins in order. What they want you to do is they want you to count on as we go. So we said our dime is worth 10 cents. A dime, and then my next coin is a nickel. I only have one of those. So 10 cents plus 5 cents gives me, is this how much you thought? 15 cents. So I'm going to keep counting on. So 15 cents plus 1 cent is going to give me 16 cents. And now 16 cents plus 1 more cent is going to give me, do that right? Yes. 17 cents. So after I do this, and notice I did it in the order. I didn't write it out like I did here. There's going to be a box. And in the box, it's going to say total value at the bottom. And so our total value of all of these coins is 17 cents. Notice how I made sure I put in the cent sign here. When it comes to the coins, if you have room, great. If not, you do not need to put the cent sign when you're drawing out the coins. Okay. What happens, let me get another sheet of paper. What happens if I'm just using all dimes? Let's see. And they want us to count. Well, to be honest, it's pretty easy because if your dimes are worth how many cents? 10 cents. So we could skip count by tens. So what I can do is, this would be 10 cents. 10 plus another 10 gives me 20 cents. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So my total value for my 5 dimes is 50 cents. Now, how many of you figured it out just like that by just going, oh, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, oh, 50 cents. That is awesome because that is what eventually we want you to get to, that you can look real quick and in your mind be able to add up those sums or that value of money quickly. All right, same thing, but let's use nickels this time. So I'm going to cross this out. This time, I'm going to use nickels. So with the dimes, we were able to skip count by tens. This time with nickels, we can skip count by fives. That's right. All right, so now on our assignment, they're going to want us to write it out. But let's see if we can do this quickly in our minds. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I could sit there and I could write 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents, 25 cents if I needed to do that. But a quicker way is to just skip count those by 5. And we found out the total amount is 25 cents. Now, we have not talked about this particular coin yet, but there is a coin that is equal to 25 cents. Do you know what the name of that coin is? That's right, a quarter. All right. Let's jump down to the math on the spot. Now, if you're not able to open up to Think Central to see the math on the spot, remember, if you go to Library and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, that's where the math on the spot videos are. You would look for Chapter 7, Lesson 1. Okay, it says there Maggie had 5 nickels. Okay, Maggie had 5 nickels. 1, 2, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 nickels. So Maggie had 5 nickels. She gave 2 nickels to her sister. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'm going to take 2 nickels and I want to divide that. This is going to be the sister. Now it says, what is the total value of the nickels that Maggie has now? So these are the sister. This is how many Maggie has left. Well, these are nickels, so we can skip count by, yes, by 5s. So let's skip count by 5s to see how many Maggie has left. 5, 10, 15. So Maggie has 15 cents left. All right, I would like you to go ahead and finish working on this lesson. You're going to be working on numbers 1 and 2. After you do 1 and 2, have an adult look it over to make sure that you're on the right track. Then go ahead and work on page 469 and 470. If you need the story problems read to you, ask nicely, and I'm sure someone can read it to you. Don't forget on numbers 8 and number 9, the direction says to not only solve the problem, but they want you to write or draw to explain. Remember, a math answer is not correct with just the answer. You have to show how you got the answer. All right, if you have any further questions, please let me know. Also, don't forget the interactive student edition is assigned and on the Think Central site. The directions for that, it should be in your packet. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll see ya.